have been having a lot of trouble with my little Minn Kota. It's just 30 pounds of thrust, right? But that'll do 1,500 pounds according to the manufacturer. So, but being that we're hitting the river more than, say, open water like lakes and such with it, I'm just getting nothing but trouble with the weeds. So I looked at a couple of videos and I picked myself up a weedless wedge. And again, looking at the website, they're saying that the MKP6 should be what works for me. And this is like, apparently, this is a super quick fix, and they guarantee it weed free, 100% weedless at any speed, which is obviously going to get me more battery life. Not that I've ever had a problem with the battery. I'm pretty stoked about it. I'll throw this on real quick, and we'll give it a go. Okay, so what do we get here? We get the motor, or sorry, the prop. It's probably the shear pin. Yep. Oh, as you can see what I'm talking about with the weeds, eh? You can see it's a good size bigger. This is the weed wedge. It's a good size bigger than the old one, than the one that comes with it. I don't know. Time will tell, right? And then we've got this prop washer, and then we've got this prop nut. There you go. Apparently, that just solved all my problems. Holy crap, I cannot wait to test that out. That's going to be wild, because I've had nothing but trouble. I mean, you saw this was in, you know, behind the prop. This is one of those things I probably should have done a long time ago. Okay. Well, whatever. There we go. I think that was 50 bucks at Canadian Tire. The video I watched was like, you can do this for $15. So they weren't from Ontario. Obviously, it's just a little, you know, C2, 30 pounds of thrust. It's not, I've got an old Evinrude, 2.5 horsepower, but its bracket is bigger than, or smaller than the bracket for my John boat, so I need to figure that out. But as far as it goes for duck hunting, it's not a sightseeing adventure, it's just, right? So, this might do it. There you go. Quickest fix of all time. Keep the old prop just in case. Maybe I'll sell it for $1,000 on eBay. Well guys, it is a crappy day and I'm a fool for doing this, but the weather has been so ridiculous as of late. Again, I don't know when I'm gonna get out here, right? So I've got the prop on. It's been 3-4 days of rain. So it's stopped raining now for maybe 20 minutes. And I was like, screw it, I'm gonna throw the canoe into the river and I'm gonna test out this new weedless prop. The wind is not nice. The temperature is about 7 degrees, so it's a little on the cool side. If this prop does what it's supposed to do, maybe the wind won't bother me so much. I don't know how many people are familiar with Sportspals. They're pretty well-known Canadian all-around canoe. They're by no means like some of these bulletproof models or super portage models or fantastic, you know, massive trek models. But if you want a jack of all trades and then some, Sportspal is going to do it for you. I'm sure you've seen it's got the, what do they call it, sponsons on the outside, and they keep everything sort of even keel when you're in it, so it's an extremely stable canoe. It's got this sort of foam baffle on the inside, which really helps to keep your volume down when you're out there. There's a hole on the front, shit you not, for a sail. Sportspal sells a sail that goes onto the front, and it's fantastic for hunting. It's got paddles built into it, oars built into the canoe. Sort of, I just use them as a secondary backup, but it's got little oar hooks, or well, I don't know what you call them. Little oar, haha. It's got the little oar things, so, you know, should you ever get stuck, you got that. And then this little bracket that I'm going to show you, which you can use either for a rudder, using one of the oars, like if you were using the sail, or in this particular case, we're going to use it to mount our trolling motor and zip on down the river. See where the weeds are. I'm going to get myself right in there and see if this is a game changer. And I really hope it is. Normally, when I'm canoeing solo, I sit up in the bow end of it, flip the canoe around and paddle backwards, as it were. I'm using a big ass marine battery here, so I kind of want to offset the weight as much as I can, so I'm going to put it up in the middle. That's my initial theory. We'll see what happens. But this essentially is the bread and butter of the motor hookup for the Sportspal. And you can see here it's got this little hole, and that's what you would use the oar for. Put that bracket in here and then use it as a rudder if you were sailing, which is crazy to me, but I guess folks do it. So the position of the motor is causing me some grief. I've stirred up those geese something fierce. But what's happening is I've got the weight balanced fine in the canoe, but I can't sit properly and use the tiller because it's gonna hit me. I'll park myself up against this piece of driftwood and I will see if I can't flip myself around. What I might want to do in future is think about my plans, evaluate the decisions I'm about to make, and then decide if that's the best course of action before I'm out on a very windy day trying to do this shit up against a piece of driftwood and hope that I don't get blown down the river, because nobody knows where I am. And my beautiful Miss Lady is away. She's up in some mountain, Blue Mountain, for some corporate retreat. I'm self-employed, so my corporate retreats are this. This is a corporate retreat that I'm engaged in right this moment. Oh my gosh. Don't die, Jay. In a perfect world, I don't run into any trouble here. Yep. Try and do this all with my left hand, upside down and backwards. Now we just have to get to the other end of the canoe. But you know, this will show you how absolutely stable the Sportspal can be. I don't know if you can see how thick those weeds are. We'll just zip right up the middle of that and see if this tiller does its thing. Impressed with it so far, even though I had the canoe backwards. that's as tight as any of that stuff's gonna get. Okay, part of this river is due to a dam, so I'm being a bit foolish going this close to the shore because I think I just hit a tree stump. Yeah, I can see the stump. However, nothing is getting hooked to this thing, so I'm blown away. This is awesome. It's kicking ass on weeds, not so good with sunken logs. I'm gonna have to get out of the wind up here and then see if I can't tighten up some stuff. This is frickin' dumb. This is dumb for me to be out alone like this. So I'm not gonna go too much further. However, the trees are so pretty. I'm just trying to get out of the wind. Hopefully I can get around the bend, and I'll double check the motor, make sure everything is tight. Do a little more experimentation in some weeds because there's a little bay, and then we'll call that a day. I am in some muck, and that's still doing great. So I guess we'll call that a success. I would definitely not recommend it for coming into this coleslaw. You can see where the river's flowing and how far I've come in before it kind of bogged down. Super, super, super impressed, super satisfied. Feel like an idiot for not doing it sooner. Also feel like an idiot for coming out on a day like today. This is ridiculous. So I'm a paddle back, or till back. I'm gonna troll motor it back, whatever. I'm gonna Minn Kota it back. Oh geez, getting blown. All right, I gotta get back before this turns into some kind of hurricane. Seven two. Get ourselves to shore manually.